Welcome to Is451. I'm Professor Fahmi Jalani. Today we cover Chapter 8, Part 2 of Local Area Network. So let's begin. As you all know that for wireless Ethernet, okay, we have the IEEE standard 802.11. Is similar to wireless LAN. Two basic components. We have the client radio, which is the integrated antenna inside the terminal, which you have in your laptop or notebook. And we have the access point, which is the transceiver. For workstation, we have the basic service set. For multiple base, we have the extended set. Let's take a look at the diagram. Here we have a single access point, like in your house, to connect your workstation, your notebook, your PDA, mobile devices, or even your smart camera or smartwatches. The next diagram will show you multiple access. This could be, for example, the school. You have a basic set and extended set, where they connect several network at the same time. In IEEE 802.11 is the initial part with 2 megabits, followed by 11B, which is 11 megabits per second. It's a directional antenna where radius is about 10 miles. It's omnidirection, 100 feet for IEEE 802.11a. Here it transmit 5 megabits theoretically, using a 5 gig frequency. Next we have the 11G, which transmit 2.4 gigahertz for 54 megabits per second. For the .11n, it's 100 megabits. It uses the MIMO technology, multiple in, multiple out, where both the sender receiver has multiple antenna. For the 11AC, it uses 5 gigahertz wider channel, and it's using the QAM technique, able to receive high data rates. So in terms of security, for wired equivalent privacy or WEP, either 40 to 128 bits per key protection. We have the Wi-Fi protected access, or WPA 1 and 2. 2 is more advanced encryption technique. But having said that, most of this configuration are ad hoc. That's why we have ability to tap the network. Next we have collision avoidance protocol. Is CSMA or /CD. This is basically to prevent signal from colliding to each other. It waits for the time in interframe space. It could be short or long. So here we see the algorithm from start to either abort or done. Right? So as it start, and if there's idle node, it will wait and then it will send request to send a set timer, then receive. If it doesn't receive, it will do incremental counter and it will back up. If it exceed, no, it will wait, then it will repeat the process again. If not, if it excess, it will abort. So as you wait, if yes in the process, you go down, send the frame, set timer, and receive acknowledge. And this is basically done in a split second. Next, we cover on wireless CSMA. Here we have the frame control 16-bit, duration 16-bit, address 48-bit, another 48 to address 3. Next we have the sequence control, followed by address 4, payload, and the frame check sequence. As for LAN support, as we know, is both hardware and software. Also the cables, routers, modem, power supply, and many more. Network operation, these are basically software operating system. They are multitask, is basically large with mainframes. Example is Windows 7. Okay. Let's take a look. So what's the functionality? Manage network, many network, one or more. Manage the connectivity, remote access, security, client server function, and web development. Okay. In terms of operating system, also we have various from Windows to Unix, Linux, and NetWare. We go in detail. First one is novel NetWare, that's what they call. It used to be one of the popular network software, but then it died down. It's quite a powerful concept. Some of you, when you start working, you might be encountering this. There's different version. Version 3 popular, but it's already ended. There's no more support for it. There's also version 4, more into NDS database, much more powerful. So followed by version 5 and 6, where proprietary using IPX or XPX protocol. And version 6 you are able to use the graphical services. Also features in version 6, we have iFolder, for example. This is to equalize the document. Size can use 8 terabit, 8 trillion file, 1 million files, things like that. Also we have the NetWare directory service, for mostly used for database, printer, server. Here we have the design tree. For example, we have the root from the top to university and the different faculty and the different subject and the different user and server. Some suggestion, for example, here we have a hierarchy design. for Novell or Windows. This is basically a tree design for wide array network. Okay. We have here San Francisco, New York, and Dallas. And if you look at it on the right side, from the root, it's basically a tree divided into three parts. And from there, it's further divided, okay, to the different departments, for example, marketing, engineering, sales, and HR. Next, take a look at Windows version 4, most popular. It's different from Windows 98. This is network management software. Here is users full multitasking, and because of Microsoft, it works well with other Microsoft products. You can specify group user, servers, things like that, and a lot of domains can be used. We have primary domain controller and backup domain controller in the server. In single domain model, is basically the simplest. Also, we have multiple domain, and also we have a master domain. Next, we have the 2000 version. We have the professional server, advanced server, and data center. It's basically more advanced than the NT4. It basically has the Active Directory, where on enterprise base, basically it's X2.500 spec. The diagram next, we show example. Let's say at the top hierarchy, a forest, single forest, okay, and that's the root, and below we have the different domain and multiple domain. Okay. Limitation 1 million object. That could be configured. They also have a parent and child for 2000 version. According to the standard RFC 1034 and 35. Here example, you see the root domain bigcompany.com, and marketing domain marketing.bigcompany.com. Production, we have productionbigcompany.com. That's the advancement that they have. Also, we have 2003, an enhanced version. Interconnects with up to 8 Windows server. Okay, it uses IP version 6. Sorry. So we have 2012, an improvement of Active Directory. So they have virtual server, self-healing, increased processing speed, advancement in security for Windows. Next, we have Unix system. It's the first language written in C, OS writing in C. It support multitasking, very large operation. Okay. These are basically more using coding or lines to be able to configure it. And Linux is an enhanced version of Unix. Okay, is so designed by Free Software Foundation. Okay. And it's free to use. it uses a Apache server and Bluebird management software. It's one of the most stable network management. Also, we have Novel Linux. Um, having has Novel see that their market share is dwindling down, they tend to migrate to Linux. Okay. Also, we have not forgetting our favorite Apple computer. Okay, they have also Mac OS server. The version X uses Linux code, stable and powerful. Okay. These are able to support other than Mac system. As for network server, it's very powerful with RAID and SCSI. You can run multiple server, okay, and server virtualization, and it protects the disk failure from redundant array independent disk or RAID. Okay. Some of the RAID we have zero, which is broken data into pieces, okay, or known as stripping. Okay. RAID 1, where you have at least two disk drive, duplication, redundancy. Should one be corrupted, we have a mirror image of the other set. Also, we have RAID 3, redundancy, multiple disk stripping, error checking. Okay. RAID 5, we have also the stripping and also error checking. And this is one of the most popular one. Next, we have client server or peer-to-peer network. This is basically LAN and server. In terms of utility, some of these are internet software. These are basically software that supports the OS. Utilities consist of antivirus, anti-spam, spyware, backup, monitoring, crash protection, security, remote access, uninstall software. For internet software, we have server side, web pages, and all the common software we have today. Not forgetting, most software comes with license. Okay. We have commercial license in order to able to use it. Okay. So things to consider: software installation, network installation, backups, decompilation, rental statement, upgrades, availability, copyright restriction, and maintenance agreement. Most license we have either single or multiple user, interactive user, network server, site license, or corporate license. Okay. Or so we have today quite common a yearly license or monthly license, or pay as you use. For line support devices, you have UPS, uninterruptible power supply. In the event there is a power surge or blackout, we have power to back up the server for a few hours prior getting back the power to the system or office. Tape drive is quite primitive for legacy, where they install physical large tape to back up the data, printers, media converter, workstation. How does example here? How does a small company choose? Here Anna. Okay, question: what are the primary users application of the current system? Okay, for example, a company want to upgrade or install a new system. So, what the compatibility, maintenance, how's it going to be financed? So, mm, so are there political pressure, for example? Is it a single or multiple location? You need to consider. Okay, and we have, for example, home solution. Sam has 3 computers at home, so he wants to share. So, what are the question that you must ask before installing? It could be the price, the distance of the system from one room to another, um, how often you use it, things like that. So if you decide to create a LAN at home, which format for the IEEE 802.11? A is fast, high frequency. B, um, 11G, compatible with 11B. 11N or AC is the latest uh, with higher price. And also some decision wireless LAN access point. Okay, is there already a access point for the network? Uh, so do you actually need a high speed or not? So are you using wireless? Okay. And is your network OS ready or able is able to support the system? Okay. So that's pretty much it for local area network. If you have any question, please email me and or drop by to my office. Okay, please stay safe and thank you very much. Bye bye.